النكاح من سنتي ما قال النبي هو الصحيح نكاح مبارك نكاح مبارك زواج مبارك النكاح من سنتي ما قال النبي هو الصحيح نكاح مبارك
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome, brothers and sisters, to this new episode in the series Marriage and Divorce. With me here is our Sheikh Haitham Al Haddad, who currently resides in the UK and is on the board of the Sharia Council of Britain. He's also the founding member of the website www.islam21c.com. We have been exploring the topic within marriage and divorce to do with obstacles of marriage, what might validate or invalidate the nikah. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I have a question which I think is very relevant, especially to our audiences, especially in the West. These days we have an issue when it comes to our sisters who like to marry someone, but this person or this brother is classified by them as non-practicing Muslim.
Yeah.
In this case, what is the condition? Is this an obstacle?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah. Wallahi, this needs some discussion. Okay, non-practicing, what does it mean, non-practicing? And I do agree with you that this is a valid question. However, let me just conclude the discussion about marrying non-Muslims, yeah, before talking about marrying non-practicing Muslim, yeah? So we said that the man is allowed to marry a woman from the people of the book, yeah, but not any other non-Muslim, provided that certain conditions are observed, yeah? I want to mention this condition briefly because it might be common in the West, this issue of marrying a non-Muslim lady. You know, after finishing the previous episode, I remembered that I visited the Czech Republic. And I found that there were many brothers married to many Czech ladies, and the Czech ladies don't identify themselves as Christians.
SubhanAllah.
SubhanAllah, it was common. It was common. And some of them are married to them for 10 years, 20 years. They have children, they have grandchildren. And they say that my wife is still, she's agnostic, she's atheist. This is common in Czech Republic. Yeah? So, first of all, to marry a lady, she must be either a Muslim or Ahl Kitab. Other than that, it is not allowed. And again, as we said about sisters marrying non-Muslims, it is zina. In this case, it is zina as well.
Yes.
Yeah? So a Muslim marrying a Hindu, marrying a Sikh, this is invalid. Do you remember in the previous episode, but the episode before that, I mentioned that I want to mention.
Yes.
We forgot to mention it because of time, and in the new episode we forgot to mention it. A man came to me, yeah, a professional brother, young brother, etc. It seems that he doesn't know much about Islam. He came to me with his Hindu or Sikh lady colleague, and he said that he wants to marry her. By the way, in that session, a lady, journalist, came to us in the Islamic Sharia Council to report about our activities. And normally, we allow ladies to attend a meeting or an interview with the clients after the consent of the client, yeah?
Yeah.
And normally, I ask the client, there is a journalist, if you are interested, she can attend the meeting. In that situation, I forgot to ask the client, those, yeah, couple. And it was the qadar of Allah that I forgot to ask them. So I remember when I was standing, I came, they came. This is one of the recent cases. I said, what can I do for you? He said, this is my colleague at work. She is a caring lady, etc. I am interested to marry her, but I think he said Hindu or Sikh, something like this. Am I allowed to have my nikah with her? Obviously, he came to what? He came to Islamic Sharia Council. So he wants, what does he want?
The Islamic ruling.
The Islamic ruling. He doesn't want the civil law. the civil law, he can go somewhere else to find out about it. So I told him, in Islam, it's not allowed. Sometimes we have to be honest. If we say, well, sisters, you know, okay, what is the conclusion? The conclusion is you are not allowed to marry her. Yeah? And if you marry her, this will not be recognized in Islam. Because he did ask this question. And she asked this question. Yeah? She said, if he marries me, what is this going to be? I said, this will not be an Islamic marriage. It will not be seen as a marriage. She said, what is it? I said, it will be seen as zina. So when she heard this, and I explained what the zina, fornication, yeah? She said, no, I'm not interested. Either your religion accepts me, or I don't want. I said, yeah, fair enough. She was a very reasonable lady. Yeah. Okay? Now, as I said to some authorities, I said, imagine that the journalist reported this to the media. What is she going to report? That a beautiful couple, yeah, a promising man and a promising lady, a caring man and a caring lady, very beautiful couple, they can form the best family. And they were looking for the future. They are bright people. They want to have beautiful children, blah, blah, blah. They went to this extremist or to this extreme body. And they told him, no, it is haram. It is prohibited. You can't do it. They will report us like this. And we will be identified as extremists or radicals, or maybe later as terrorists because of this. And this is what we are saying, that in the West, they have to accept us as Muslims. We cannot change our religion. Yeah? In India, the government accepted Muslims as Muslims.
Yeah.
Okay? It is not the best model, but they accepted them as Muslims. They did not force Muslims to change their religion and to say that you are allowed to marry Hindu. Been living with Hindus and Sikh for hundreds of years. خلاص لكم دينكم ولي دين. This is your religion and this is my religion. Yeah? We need to look forward how to coexist peacefully. We cannot say that we cannot live together unless you change your religion and I change my religion. This will never happen. Okay? So we cannot change this. Now, let me continue the conditions for a Muslim man marrying a non-Muslim lady from the people of the book. The first condition, she should be either Muslim or from the people of the book. The second condition is she has to be muhsan. Muhsan, chaste woman. Okay? Allah Jalla wa Ala says in the Quran, وَطَعَامُ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ حِلٌّ لَكُمْ وَطَعَامُكُمْ حِلٌّ لَهُمْ وَالْمُحْصَنَاتُ مِنَ الْمُؤْمِنَاتِ وَالْمُحْصَنَاتُ مِنَ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ. Yeah? وَالْمُحْصَنَاتُ مِنَ الْمُؤْمِنَاتِ وَالْمُحْصَنَاتُ مِنَ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ. What does وَالْمُحْصَنَاتُ مِنَ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ mean? And the chaste women from the people of the book. What does this mean? It means that if this lady sleeps with any man, even if she's Muslim, or even if she is from the people of the book, you are not allowed to marry her. Now, with Muslims, generally speaking, they don't sleep with any man. Now, the people of the book, okay, because they don't identify, now especially the people of the book are secular.
Yes.
Yeah? They don't identify what we identify as zina, they don't identify it as fornication. Yeah?
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. And this is the reform, now the reformed religion. They don't identify a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship as what? As zina. They consider zina as what? When there is a married man and a married lady, and the man cheated on her and sleeps with another woman. This is zina in their eyes.
Yes.
But a young boy with a young girl sleeping together, they are not married, they say this is a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship.
Normal, it's very common.
Yeah, this is common. This is
love,
love.
Whatever it is.
Whatever. Okay? For us, this is zina. For us, this is fornication. Now, can a Muslim man marry a lady like this, that she had a previous relationship as a boyfriend-girlfriend? Okay? Now, technically speaking, she needs to repent from this. Yeah? Or if she were exposed to a situation like this, she wouldn't accept it in order to identify her as a muhsana. Which means, be careful, if a brother used to know a lady from the people of the book and he used to sleep with her, then he repented and he wants to become a good practicing Muslim and he wants to marry her. Now, she used to sleep with him. Technically, she used to commit zina with him. And she does not stop that because she has not seen this as
a problem.
As a problem in the first place. So, is this brother allowed to marry his girlfriend? Does she classify as a chaste woman? Yeah? This is a matter that needs to be discussed.
And inshallah, Sheikh, we will discuss this right after the break, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. Brothers and sisters, please come back with us very soon to continue this very, very important topic. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
نكاح مبارك نكاح مبارك.
Assalamu alaikum. I am Dr. Hussein Hamid Hassan. You are watching TV, The Solution for Humanity.
Scientific notions in the glorious Quran are among its endless aspects that can testify for the divine nature of this noble book. These scientific notions are probably the best addressed to the people of our time. I am Zaghlul Al-Najjar. Please join me in this program to discuss some aspects of the scientific notions in the glorious Quran.
سنريهم آياتنا في الآفاق وفي أنفسهم حتى يتبين لهم أنه الحق.
Created the universe.
Appreciate the word-to-word authenticity of scientific notions and proven facts mentioned in the glorious Quran 1400 years ago in Scientific Notions in the Glorious Quran. Every Saturday at 11 p.m. and repeat telecast at 12 p.m. India on Peace TV.
A servant is not afflicted with any punishment greater than having a stiff heart and being away from the Almighty, the Compassionate. Hearts are God's vessels on the earth. The most beloved ones to Him are the soft and the most purest. If hearts are nourished with God's remembrance and quenched with His meditation, it will witness great wonders and deep wisdom. Since our hearts are enlaced with layers of oblivion, we need to cleanse them to stand sound and pure before Allah. To know more, join us on Peace TV's new series on healing hearts, where we can join together the caravan of the sincere servants of Allah.
Let's try and purify our hearts from all destructive sins to taste true success in Healing Hearts. Tonight at 11:30 p.m. and repeat telecast at 12:30 p.m. India on Peace TV. A man, a mission, a world-renowned orator on Islam and comparative religion. He dedicated more than 5 decades of his life for dawah. Ahmad Deedat.
We Muslims believe that Jesus is the Christ. This book as an eternal book of guidance for you and for me, for the whole of mankind. It's a solution to the problems of mankind. The miracle is when you expect a man to be dead and he's alive. That's a miracle.
Man with a Mission, next on Peace TV.
Nikahun mubarakun, nikahun mubarakun.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome back, brothers and sisters. With me here is our Sheikh Haitham Al Haddad, who currently resides in the UK and is on the board of the Sharia Council of Britain. He's also the founding member of the website www.islam21c.com. We are currently finding out very, very important information about the issues of who can marry who. Specifically in this case, Sheikh, the Muslim woman who she can or cannot marry, and also the same for the Muslim man. Can he marry a non-Muslim?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah. We said that the man is allowed to marry a woman from the people of the book, but not any other non-Muslim, provided that certain conditions are observed. I want to mention this condition briefly because it might be common in the West, this issue of marrying a non-Muslim lady. I visited the Czech Republic and I found that there were many brothers married to many Czech ladies, and the Czech ladies don't identify themselves as Christians.
SubhanAllah.
SubhanAllah, it was common. It was common. And some of them are married to them for 10 years, 20 years, have children, they have grandchildren. And they say that my wife is still, she's agnostic, she's atheist. This is common in Czech Republic. So, first of all, to marry a lady, she must be either a Muslim or Ahl Kitab. Other than that, it is not allowed. And again, as we said about sisters marrying non-Muslims, it is zina. In this case, it is zina as well. So a Muslim marrying a Hindu, marrying a Sikh, this is invalid. Okay? Now, technically speaking, regarding the case I mentioned, a Muslim man had a Christian girlfriend. Obviously, this girlfriend, technically speaking, this relationship is zina. But the Christian lady, because of her secular nature now, because of the secular nature of Christians, she wouldn't identify this as zina. And the community or the society does not identify this as zina.
Well, they don't have the same values.
They don't have the same values, And they differentiate between this case and the case of the lady that she sleeps with any man. They say that that is bad, but this is an innocent relationship. Now, do we classify this lady as a chaste woman because she slept with this man only and she refuses to sleep with any other man? This needs a group of scholars to discuss this issue. I consider this as one of the contemporary issues regarding fiqh of minorities. Because from one hand, this is technically speaking what? Zina. But from the other hand, she is not that lady that sleeps with any man. And she believes that she is a chaste. And the biggest problem that I mentioned maybe before, that the society now, we have to understand this, that the society, because of its secular nature, has started to look at marriage differently. Marriage now is a civil contract to preserve the financial consequences of this relationship.
It's been devalued.
Devalued is another issue, but I mean the definition of marriage. The definition of marriage in the West is a civil relationship, that is built in order to preserve some legal rights. You remember when we said, what is marriage in Islam? In Islam, marriage is a contract that allows the couple or the married people to have sexual intimacy. So, sexual relationship is not allowed except
in this situation.
In this situation, which is marriage. But for them, they can have sexual relationship with anyone. Yeah? Okay? This is not an issue for them. But married people, they have legal consequences, financial consequences. So that is marriage for them. That's why they run away from marriage, but they stay in a relationship which is maybe cohabiting by common law as we have in the UK. And the lady that is involved in such a relationship, she doesn't sleep with any other man. Yeah? The difference is her boyfriend or her partner, yeah, not boyfriend, partner, and this is the word that is used now, they did not register the marriage in the civil bureau, in the civil court. So they are not identified by the law as married people. Otherwise, they are identified by the society as what? As partners, as a couple. And they have children, and people respect them. They don't see that they are indecent people, etc. I am mentioning this because if there are scholars who are watching this, they will not say, wow, Sheikh Haitham became a liberal person. He's looking at this boyfriend-friend relationship as decent relationship, or he doesn't see it as a zina. I'm not saying I'm not talking about a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship where this lady sleeps with another man. No, I'm not talking about this. We need to understand the difference, yeah? And we need to understand the Western context. Otherwise, we will not be scholars, we will not be fuqaha, okay? And we will come up with wrong answers, by the way, okay? So now, we said, this kind of relationship, does it mean that this lady is a chaste woman or not? It is, I cannot confirm an answer now. We need to discuss it, okay? Why we mention this? Because we said that it might happen that a man, yeah, brings his girlfriend or his partner, she's not Muslim, she's from the people of the book, and he wants to marry her. Can we do this or not? I said, I don't want to confirm an answer in public. Now, on the other side, we were talking about a Muslim lady getting married to a non-Muslim man. This is identified as zina. This is the opinion of all scholars. There is no difference of opinions. There is no discussion about it. Full stop. Okay? Whether he is a Christian, he is non-Christian, whatever. Same rule is applied on a couple, yeah, if they were married and one of them accepted Islam. This is a masala that needs to be discussed. Maybe we can discuss it sometime later. I want to go back to the issue of non-practicing brothers. So now, in many cases, some sisters say, we received a proposal from a non-practicing brother. Do we go ahead for that or not?
Just before we continue, non-practicing brother or sister, does it make a difference?
Yeah, or a sister, or a sister. See, the first question I ask, what do you mean by non-practicing brother? Is he a brother who does not pray at all? Or he prays, but he has some shortcomings? This is the first question. If he doesn't pray at all, yeah, then it is problematic. I normally advise not to marry him. But if he prays, khalas. The first main condition, which is that he is a Muslim, identified, classified, etc. as a Muslim, let us move to the next step. Why you call him a non-practicing person? Is he committing a sin? Does he like Islam, etc.? To cut it short, if this person prays, if this brother prays, or this sister prays, and this brother in general loves Islam, loves to be a better Muslim, then I say to sister, generally speaking and technically speaking, you are allowed to marry him. Now, is this the best choice or not the best choice?
Different issue.
Is a different issue.
Unfortunately, this is something very common in the West.
Oh, yeah. That's why we want to make this program as relevant as possible to all communities.
And that's why I keep saying it's very useful to have you here, because you're on the Sharia Council, on the board, so you see practical examples in the society.
Alhamdulillah. alhamdulillah. May Allah accept it from us.
Ameen.
And may Allah help us to benefit the ummah. May Allah help us to disseminate this information to people. Because seriously, wallahi, from the bottom of the heart, I always say that because of our ignorance of Islam, we put ourselves into major problems. And some of those problems are unsolvable problems. You remember the case of that sister who was married to the first man, to the second man, third man, without divorce from the first one and the second one.
Disaster.
And then she wants a solution, and she wants a quick solution. Subhanallah. How can we solve a problem like this? Yeah? So that's why we need to learn and we need to listen. And that's why we are trying to make this discussion as relevant as possible.
Jazakallah khair, Sheikh. It was great talking to you. Inshallah, we will continue in other episodes and other topics. Brothers and sisters, please return with the next episode with us to discuss further obstacles and also then lead on to other conditions that might validate or invalidate the nikah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
نكاح مبارك زواج مبارك النكاح من سنتي ما قال النبي هو الصحيح نكاح مبارك There is joy, there is happiness in this union, let there always be bliss. Allah will bless your home with light, your heart with never-ending delight. Two worlds today have now begun.